Hey! I scared myself. Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another Whiskey Friday. Cheers. Justin made this cool coaster. I don't know if you guys can see that. For those of you who are at Rensport, you'll remember that coffee. Probably can't see it. It's a coffee with Porsche crest burned in the top of the foam. Standing in line and had that coffee in my hand when Simon showed up. So Simon and his lovely bride were there at Rensport. That's coming up. It's almost time for the next Rensport. Jesus, that happened fast. We're getting there. Happy Whiskey Friday, Mr. Orris. How are you, my friend? Got some fun stuff for you for this Friday. Charles manufactured a new gadget so that you can get your frunk open when your battery's dead and you have a GT3 RS, because there's a whole bunch of stuff associated with not having a frunk button on your key fob with a GT3 RS that makes it when the hey, welcome, Simon. When your GT3 RS battery is dead and you hook up the red post, it is non-functional because you can't use the button on your remote to make it operate because there's no button on your remote. Thank you, Porsche. And they made it so that the battery likes to kill itself in the GT3 RS. Awesome. So Charles came up with a elegant, simple solution. And we're gonna well, there is, Ryan, there is a physical latch, but you have to take the tire off, take the fender liner out, and that is where the safety latch cord is. So Charles is going to go through it here, and then I'll explain how this is going to work long term. So cue that.
Hey guys, Charles here. I'm going to show you how to deal with a dead battery on 992 GT3 RS. Because how do you do it when you can't get in the front trunk and it's locked? Well, I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So what we're going to do is, for those of you with a locked door, underneath here there's a key lock. You open up the key, you stick it in there, and you can open the door mechanically. Now the rest of you, where the door is already open, and you can get in here, and your key's here. We have a key, ignition, no power, and of course this is live because this is our car. Well, what I have done is something tricky, because everyone knows that red post right there in a 992 GT3 RS does nothing. Well, this is how you deal with it. So I have this nifty little piece, looks like a key, and I have more of these. This is just a rough one to show you. You're going to take this in the fuse box down here. Now there's these empty fuses, because we all know that post doesn't work. We're going to go right in here where these empty fuses are. Put this in. Now at this post right here. Okay. Now we're going to grab our jump box, ground, carefully. And then this positive, I'm going to turn the flashlight off. Right here, I'm going to connect this. Ta-da! Now look, you can get to the front trunk. Now we know this battery is dead, so I'm going to turn this ignition off, and then everything's off again. See? So what we're doing here is we're supplying power through the fuse box there. Right here. Through one of the unused fuses to get power to the back of the box, because that red post right there only works on cars that have a trunk button on the remote. Hope this helps. Now when you have a dead battery, it's pretty easy. Now if you follow and subscribe and sign up for our newsletter, we will send one of these out to you for free, so you have them with your car and you can spread the word to everybody else.
Cool. So CD dropping some knowledge bombs on you. You can essentially you're applying voltage through an open slot in the fuse panel to give everything else 12 volt, not from the car's battery, but from another battery source. You wouldn't be able to supply a lot of amperage that way, but you don't need a lot. You're just trying to get the front trunk, the 5 volt, switch, 12 volt switch, whatever it is, to pop so that you can get at, as Ryan mentioned, yes, the battery is in the front trunk. And in order to get to the dead battery, you have to first get the front trunk open. And since there isn't really a front trunk on a 3RS, there's only radiators in there, they didn't put a button on the key fob to open the front trunk. And therefore, when the battery dies and you supply voltage per the owner's manual to the little red, there's a little pull-out contact that does essentially what Charles just built, but it will only supplies voltage to the latch, and it only allows the key fob button to open it. The switch on the inside of the car doesn't work because it doesn't power the whole car. So you got to come up with a different way to do it. So we're getting everything, for dead batteries on Blood Mountain. Seriously, that would have helped a lot. You guys are at Smokies and whatnot. Just about any modern GT car, this will be helpful for you, maybe a little bit more reasonable. It does require, and I'm going to say this in the kindest way possible, for you to not be an idiot. Don't be an idiot. If you don't know what you're doing with a battery charger or with supplying 12 volt, then don't do it. Wait for somebody that does know what they're doing to help you. Don't start a fire. If you have sparks, don't look at them in awe and think that that's really cool. Don't do that. You shouldn't have any of that, but don't be an idiot. General story, don't be an idiot. Couple questions about what I'm drinking. This is a Colonel Taylor Manhattan with a little orange liqueur in it to give it a little summertime bubbles. So I don't know what you call that, a Manhattan soda, maybe? Whiskey soda? I'm not sure. It's delicious, though. So, Ryan, there's a lot of things that Porsche does we don't entirely understand. So, who knows? Who knows why they did what they did? I'm sure it was because it's a race car and it needs to not have all of that weight. They could have also put a battery in it that doesn't go dead just by the car sitting there. That would have been a good thing. I don't know, maybe. This will be the original battery went flat. I recharged it. Happy Friday, Larry. What's up? Put a tender on it, the whole thing, and I fried the controller voltage because I put it on the terminals, not to the positive and to the ground on the car. Put a ground loop through the controller. Yeah, idiot. Yeah, that was me. I did that. So the battery and the control circuit inside the battery, because of course the control circuit's inside the battery. You have to change the battery control to change the controller. That was changed out at Hennessy, at Smokies, so in May, and it's already bad again. So the battery already needs to get changed again. So I hear there's a magic Noco 2D battery charger, trickle charger that you need to have the car on all the time. Anytime it's sitting, it needs to be on a trickle charger. Also stupid. So we'll do that. It's going to Porsche Tacoma on Monday. Car's still under warranty, so it's fine. They'll just truck it over there and they'll get a new battery. We've got a track day coming up on July 29th. Any of you who are listening, it is our first Dundon slash hooked on driving Pacific Northwest open track day. If you are a driver that I have driven with, if you are a driver who has driven with someone that I know that would vouch for your competency, capability, non-assholeness, and heads-up nature on the racetrack, then you are welcome to join us. I think it's, what did we come up with? Was it $750 for the day? $850 for the day? I forget. I can figure it out for you. I don't remember. Somebody will remember. We only have 10 sign-ups so far, so we need, there we go, 10. We need some more than that, ideally, if we're going to do more of these. It is a Tuesday. That could be part of the issue. It is not a Saturday, but it is open track. So you could have 7 hours of driving around the racetrack, which would be a lot. It's like having your own personal enduro if you wanted. So happy afternoon, Sean. Happy Friday. Welcome. We have Mr. Sean Reed 718 GT4 in the house. A number of you, both PDK and manual drivers, have been asking when we will release our GT4 RS version 11 muffler. And I will say we are, thank you to Simon for being the first guinea pig for this. He installed without issue our muffler on his 718 GT4 manual. It requires you to remove the bumper and to push the 849, thank you, Oris, 849, and to push the engine forward a little bit. We have instructions for that. So we're making your mid-engine car a bit more mid-engine, which you should be thanking us for. You should push it all the way forward anyway. And then our version 11 muffler fits beautifully, no problem, lots of clearance, piece of cake. So we don't have to make a new muffler. Thank you, sweet baby Jesus, for that. Charles is working on the tune. Earlier today, 718 Caymans were doing 718 Cayman things. We flashed it. It decided it didn't want to run, but on 4 cylinders with no apparent reason as to why. Remove the tune, reflash the tune, car's fine. Didn't throw any codes. Anyway, so it's starting to make power. We did do the car came to us on not a stock exhaust and not a Dundon exhaust. It was a competitor's competitor's exhaust. I'm not going to name the competitor. You guys can figure it out if you want. It was a catted system and over axles into the stock rear muffler. Before we've really gotten the tune optimized, really dialed in, we're about 60 wheel horsepower up. I think Charles said at 7,000 RPM over that other setup. So that's cool. I think current numbers are like 435, something along those lines. It was not quite that high. Is that about right? Thank you, Justin. There's some more to get. There's still a bunch of torque limiters that we're fighting with, and we're going to call in some of our heavy-hitting tuner friends that we know. Look over Charles' shoulder a bit. Charles is digesting logs and digesting his lunch. He just ate lunch not too long ago. It was only a couple hours ago. So anyway, so that's exciting. Sean's car probably next Friday, maybe. So we've got a special guest coming back early next week to work on the silver 996 GT3 with the DGG 4-liter and the PDK swap. We're getting closer and closer to making that work on the Bosch Motorsports ECU and Adam Klama's special PDK controller sauce. So those of you who watched last week, that was Adam who joined me. He came in from Poland to help us with that. He's trying to get, what's going on, Ealing? Welcome. So he will be back on actually Sunday, but back here in the shop on Monday. Also, our good friend Daniel from Calibrated Performance has been helping us with the Bosch Motorsports stuff, getting some CAN messages together, getting how we might make a sequential control system work for a PDK controller. Luckily, we have both the guy on the Bosch Motorsports side and the guy on the transmission control unit side to try and make some Reese's peanut butter cups out of peanut butter and chocolate, because both things are great. They're really great when they work together. So hopefully that'll come together next week. Because that project is extended and taking a little bit longer. The lab rats, also because the battery's dead and it's going to the dealer next week, will not likely have PFCs on it before our 7/29 track day, which is fine. I don't push the brakes the way that Ted pushes the brakes, but I do want to get PFCs on it. We have a special design wheel that we're working on with Forge Line for the cars. Something purdy. Something purdy. I want to make something purdy in 19-inch and 20 and 21-inch for those cars. That's strong and isn't going to blow itself apart in the first freaking turn. So yeah, working on that. That probably won't be. We got another track day 8. Is it 8/8 that we're giving rides? It's the next HOD day we got to sign up for.
Yep.
I think that's it. August 8th. And we're giving rides to Dream Drives for Kids auction winners. They're coming down. This was a auction that happened over the winter. That we auctioned off some rides with Mr. Ted Lee, which should be fun for those folks who are going to do that. Lots of people asking about when the 991 and 992 Carrera S suspension arm packages will be available to purchase. They are finally all on the website. We have a slew of MCS packages, both one-way and three-way, and we will talk about that briefly, about what and why you might pick one or the other here shortly. Those are also getting configured and put on the website, and will be available for 996 Carrera, 997 Carrera, 997 Turbo, 991 Carrera, 991 Turbo, 992 Carrera, 992 Turbo, on and on and on and on it goes. So we'll have all of that giant pool to play in. Couple things. So we've been doing some competitive analysis out in the world. There are, like Bilstein makes a package. Öhlins Road and Track is a package. There's a couple others. And they're not as complete as you think they might be. We'll say it that way. Öhlins generally don't come with top mounts. So you're on your own to buy top mounts. So you got to find those. You're on your own for an EDC delete. If the car has PAS7, it has PASM, then you're on your own to find that. You're hopeful that the springs that come with it are the springs that you might want on the car and the spring rates that you might want. You're also on your own for settings for each one of those. You don't have to worry about any of that with our packages. They come complete, like complete, as in they're already built. You just have to put them in the car, complete. So that's a huge bonus, and a lot less jaw-jacking around and calling people, hey, do you know if this mount will work with this damper? Well, what size pin is it? What's a pin? You don't have to deal with that. Just call us, get the complete package, and don't fuck around. Just get the parts that you need, install them in the car. The nice thing about MCS one-ways, so if you have a street car, let's say you have a 997 Carrera S, you take it to brunch on Sundays, take it for cars and coffee, car meets, spirited drives with your buddies. It's never a track car. Didn't want it to be a track car. It's too nice to be a track car. Cool. Great candidate for a one-way. A one-way has one adjustment, and it changes compression and rebound in the proper ratios together when you move that dial. So super easy to set up, very robust, same valving as, or I'll say similar kind of valving as the three-ways that we use. The two-way non-remotes and the four-ways, or the two-way remotes and the four-ways have different valving, and it's not as broad as the three-way valving, or the one-way valving in that regard. So that's why we like the three ways when you go to the track. Also, as far as cost goes, for the deals that and the programs that we've put together with MCS, getting a three-way remote system is pretty close to the same price as getting a two-way remote system. And kind of the same deal. When you start clickety-clacking and chalking to ChatGPT, show me this, show me that, I need to see what all the comparables are, you got to get real particular, because if you're doing a track car, doing a two-way remote system is nothing like having a three-way remote system. Not the same. Two ways give you compression and rebound. That's it. So all frequencies of compression all in one dial. We all know that isn't entirely true, because you have really fast compression events like curbs, and then you have relatively slow compression events like braking zones or getting the car set for a corner. How much platform does the car need kind of coming into a corner? So we've kind of drawn the line. Street cars, only street cars. You only are ever going to drive this car on the street. One ways will work great. You can still use a three-way and you will see benefits on the street, especially if you live in some place like the Smoky Mountains, which is essentially a public road racetrack. That's like the Nürburgring on the East Coast, if you use it as such. Those roads are very challenging, very undulating. They have quick transitions. They have bumps. They have all kinds of things. Incredible roads, super fun. Three ways for that. Yeah, or even NorCal, some other, if you're a serious spirited mountain road driver, then yeah, three ways are probably your jam. If you're just looking to refresh your street car so that it's nice and gives you that sports car feel, one ways are your jam. Let's do that. You know, save yourself some dollars, upgrade, you know, refresh the whole rest of the car, spherical bearings where it needs it, get a good alignment on it. Hell, I'm getting alignment parts from a company in Germany to finally get my Aston Martin right, because it's got like no degrees of camber in the front. I think factory setting on that car is a ½ degree. Really? Holy hell. So we're gonna get that done. Anyway, anyone has questions about one ways versus three ways, what's coming, what you should do with your car, should you be looking at the suspension bushings and such on a car that's 15 years old? Yeah, probably, if it hasn't been done. You should be looking at them if it's 5 years old on a sports car. So, is that a Bluetooth ping? Oh, we're having a side combo that I'm not paying attention to? Ah, yes, parasitic draws.
Too bad. We could have Adam do his and really see if it.
Oh, yeah, see if it still pings? Yeah, for sure. Eileen, great question. Will the one-ways have different spring rates than three-ways? Generally, no. Generally, no. So we're going to set up the spring rates more for the amount of platform that we need on the car for how it's going to be used, right? So the damper itself doesn't dictate the spring rate. The use case, rubber, how much G-load the car is going to take or be exposed to, and how much comfort and compliance versus support you're looking for from that chassis will dictate the spring rates. So in general, one-ways are going to be more for a street-oriented setup, and so we'll have slightly softer spring rates because you're generally using it as a street car. Certainly not soft by any means, but compliant, nice. We're not building Cadillacs here, we're building sports cars, but still has compliance, still feels great to drive. It's not jarring, not crazy. One of the best compliments we got when we were doing the 992 GT3 setup with Mike Kojima when he came up. Mike hadn't had a lot of experience with MCS. Now he uses them on their Air Force sponsored drift car with Sorensen Motorsports. So they use MCS. So he's got a lot of experience with them now. But at that point, he didn't have a lot. We spent the whole day at the racetrack. Ted and I swapping the car back and forth. Mike twisting dials, doing some math, twisting some dials, doing some checkups. We let Mike drive the car home on the track setup that we landed on. And there's some bumpy, crunchy, almost B roads on the way back, back roads that we use, but they're not like they're not like Smokies, super smooth. They're not Blood Mountain, we'll say that. They're more like some of the offshoot gravel roads off of Blood Mountain that you might find. The one-way hill climb roads to nowhere. I forget what that road was. Wade will remember, Seth will remember, but I don't remember. I'll come back to that, Ryan. That's a good question. So spring rates will be different. Three-ways generally are going to be more for cars that are pushed a little bit harder. We'll need a little bit more support, either stickier rubber. Like, for instance, a 992 GT3 RS will not have a one-way suspension package offered from Dundon Motorsports. It'll only have a three-way. Most of the GT cars were only going to do three-ways. Carreras, some of the 987 Caymans, some of those little bit older depreciated vehicles. Somebody doesn't want to spend $13,000 on a three-way kit. Not saying that they won't. There are many that will, but giving them an option to refresh the car, get that good suspension feeling back without spending a mountain of money. So, yeah, Larry, you may. That's true. Ryan, that's a good question. Let me read this for everyone. I have an early 90s car that I'm rebuilding the entire suspension on for both street and the Appalachian Mountains. Fantastic. Would you say that spherical bearings on all moving components is overkill? You're asking the wrong guy. I have a particular slant in this regard. Suppose absolutely GT cars get three-ways, Rob S. 100%. I would say it's not overkill. That's it. Horses for courses. If this is the same car you're going to take grandma to brunch in, and grandma's wearing dentures, and you have a very bumpy road, she might not like it as much. And a lot of this comes down to the damper choice and the kinematics of the chassis that you're doing this on. So a lot of folks don't recognize the fact that, for example, a 991.2 GT3 RS Y-Sock is all rose jointed. There's no rubber in that car. And it's still very comfortable. Very smooth, very comfortable. The only reason that you would know that it doesn't have any rubber is when you go from forward to reverse in it, or reverse to forward, there's a click as the bearings move the other direction and take up that slop. Click. That's it. It's the only thing you hear. All done. The sphericals help you to maintain the geometry of the suspension under heavy load. So that's really what your trade-off is. You put rubber in there as the car's leaning over, and you're expecting that the camber gain you're getting as you lean the car over is XYZ, and that's why you have ABC levels of static camber in the car. And with that rubber in there, you're getting some deflection, or you're getting the tire, say you got rubber bushings for toe, the tires can wiggle a little bit, and you get a little bit of nervousness in the car at heavy G loads, then that's not desirable. If the car's mainly driving in a straight line, over long distances, over rutted roads, and you don't want that noise, vibration, harshness, NVH, I think that's what the H is. I think that's right. Coming into the cabin, then you might want to keep a little rubber in it. Just maybe at some of the lesser loaded joints, but generally it's easier just to spherical all of it. If it's going to be a driver's car, put sphericals on it. The other thing to keep in mind is if it's an early 90s car, it may need reinforcements where it contacts the body. You know, things like BMWs have a habit of ripping things out from the undercarriage, E36 M3s, E46 M3s, all the 3 Series cars from that era, same idea. They all need subframe reinforcement. Don't ignore that, because you are transferring all of that load directly to the thing that the spherical joint is attaching to. You don't have that rubber to take up that shock load. It's attaching directly to the frame. Make sure the frame's beefy enough to handle it. So it's my 2 cents on that. Man, I've been given a lot of opinions this afternoon. It's kind of feels good. Flex my opinionated muscles. Not like I don't have a lot of opinions about things. I'll share a story from a phone call I got. We had a gentleman that called 991.1 GT3. Want to ask you, can I ask you, Jamie, about what I should do with my 991.1 GT3 my neighbor wants to sell? I'm like, sure, you can ask. I have an idea what you're about to ask me, but yeah, you can ask. He's like, so I was thinking about getting that or a 718 GTS, and I was like, GT3. It's like, really? And I was like, wait, let me ask. Let me see, what are you driving now? He's like, I drive an M3. I was like, I knew it. Is there another mic up here? There was somewhere.
Somewhere.
There it is. Oh, that was a very loud whack. Welcome, Mr. Diesel. It's been a week.
It's been a week, and I'm trying to fix phantom cars.
Phantom cars.
Phantom broken cars.
Phantom. They sometimes exist.
Sometimes they're broken.
Ah, yes.
And then they're not broken.
Yes. So Sean was on here. I gave him a little bit of your car was pretty bitchy with the tune, and Charles was like, "What the fuck?" So we took the tune off, put the tune back on, and now it's happy. So
I just spent an hour over there with it,
maybe it's okay.
through all the logs that I have from today.
Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah. What the fuck?
No idea.
Yeah. It's just, I just told him it's just pitching a fit. We needed to give some blood sacrifice and get the chicken blood.
That means I have 10 fingers, so I have one too many.
Essentially, yes. Essentially, yes. Well, this is kind of like the conversation I had with this gentleman that called earlier. He's like, I want a Cayman. I was like, no, you don't. He's like, yeah, I do. I was like, no, you only want a Cayman because you have a BMW right now. And he's like, how'd you know I have a BMW? I have a sixth sense about these things. He's like, well, my neighbor's trying to get me to buy his 2014 991.1 GT3, and I started doing research, and Dundon Motorsports comes up saying that, you know, the cars are going to break. And I was like,
It's still an upgrade.
yeah, and so I told him, I was like, I love Caymans. I think they're wonderful, but if you're going to use it as a track car, you have to prepare yourself for some things. I was like, does 260 to 280 degree oil temps sound like a normal thing? And he's like, no, my BMW isn't that hot. I was like, right, and your Cayman it will be.
What's crazy is this car on the dyno is happy, and I like to use the emoji fingers. Happy at 220, 230 coolant temp, 231,
Yeah.
so 110 Celsius, and 250, 260 oil, and it'll just sit there like it's just
normal.
It's just happy,
Right.
picking flowers in the grass, and
Right. Yay!
everything's fine.
Prance.
And
Prance.
a GT car does not get there.
You have to beat the fuck out of that thing to make it get that
The
hot.
last time I had anything that hot is when we had our 992 GT3, and I had it full load, 8,000 RPMs on the dyno for 3 minutes straight,
Right.
and it got close to that.
Yeah. Just like so anyway, people don't like it when I start bagging on Caymans, and it's not me, and it's not the car's fault. It's Porsche's fault. They made them that way.
Yeah.
They did it on purpose. They're great cars if you're going to use them the way Porsche intended you to use them, right? If this is a go out with your buddies, go drive it, go, you know, mountain cruises with it, yada, 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 knock yourself out. Great. Yeah, awesome.
They're-
super fun.
They're definitely the best I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this.
Yeah, it's okay. You're in
Anyone
good
of you
company,
that
brother.
has a 4RS, you can slap me later.
Well, 4RS I actually carve out. I carved that one out a little bit because that has a proper GT car engine in it. It's a dry sump. It doesn't overheat.
It's the adopted stepchild.
Fair.
You don't know if
Fair.
it's adopted or a stepchild.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
don't really know.
Right.
718 GT4 is the best Cayman you can buy. Mm-hmm. That might be the end of that statement.
So anyway, he and I were chatting. He's asking, all right, so my neighbor wants 120 for the 991.1 GT3. I was like, okay, what color is it? He goes, wait, we're going to talk about the color? We're not going to talk about the engine? I was like, well, the color I can't fix.
The engine.
The engine we can deal with. That part, that's actually not that expensive to deal with. He's like, well, I heard you got to get a whole, like, there's this company in Florida that's selling the $60,000 retrofit. I was like, do not buy that. Do not buy that. Do not.
No.
Don't even consider it. He's like, I was like, our 991.1 GT3 has a 991.2 GT3 4-liter in it. And it was not $60,000 to do that.
Oh, he was talking about Neil's retrofit.
Correct.
Oh.
Correct. And I was like, the least expensive way is you and your buddies drop the engine.
You can do that with jack stands.
Right? I mean, you're BMW guys. I know you guys know how to do that shit. Come on. I was giving him a hard time, but it was all good. We chatted for 45 minutes, and essentially I got him to inspect and replace the finger followers. The car only has 18,000 miles on it. And I was like, do not buy it unless it's a color and a spec that you want. There is going to be a fuck ton of those out here shortly if there isn't already, because the 10-year engine warranty is very much up.
You can fix the engine.
Yep.
Fix the gearbox.
Yep. You can't fix the color.
You can fix the driver.
Yep. You can fix the driver.
Interior spec, exterior color spec. Figure out what you want.
Yep.
Running and driving, not running and driving. We can fix that.
Yep.
Horsepower, easy.
We can fix that.
Horsepower. Oh wait, yeah. Again, still easy.
Yep.
Longevity. Yeah.
If you stay in front of it, and this is what we were kind of talking about. I was like, if you buy a 991.1 GT3, it's going to be a project for a little while. You're going to have to kind of it's not going to be a buy it, I've achieved this, now I get to drive it with impunity and never think about it again. Nope, it's not that car. Don't do that. If that's what you want, go find a 718 GTS under warranty and never take it to the racetrack, and don't buy one that has been tracked, or you're going to end up like Larry and you're going to put another engine in it.
Yeah, it's on just this morning.
Yeah.
So I don't even know, what time is it?
It's 5:15.
Okay, 12 hours ago.
12 hours?
12 hours ago.
Jesus. Yes.
Literally. We're on the dyno. Car's pissy, whatever, it's running, it's driving. And then it says, you know what? I'm just going to go to 4-cylinder Subaru spec. Maybe that's the STI upgrade. I don't really know. And it's running, it's going. Okay, eventually I happen to look at the gauges. Coolant oil temp is up for relatively low, what I call relatively low temperatures. Yep. An hour later, trying to figure out why this thing isn't running right after the whole 1-cylinder, 2-cylinder, whatever.
Yep.
They still haven't dropped.
Wow.
They got from 231, 235, 260, 262.
Right.
It's 62, 65 degrees in the dyno. To about 216 and 240.
Yep.
A GT car doesn't do that.
No. And we sell parts for 718 GT4s. We sell parts for 718 GTSs. And I do not want the takeaway to be Dundon hates Caymans.
No.
It's not that. We hate that Porsche handicapped Caymans.
It's not even, it's the mechanical parts are the same.
Yeah.
The radiators are the same. Thermostat's electronic, which actually we have control over, and I have adjusted in this.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
There's partial control over it.
All right.
However, when the emission side kicks in,
yeah, it's like, nope.
Save the cat.
Give me that back.
Environment kicks in.
Right.
It pulls. I call it Prius mode.
Yes. Yes.
Prius mode.
They have start stop. They have all of that.
Start
right?
stop. Cylinder deactivation.
Yep.
And there's some control over it. they have it set in for the emission side of things to be an LEV6 car, which is the same as
A Prius.
basically. So, and they're doing it for.
What a badass Prius. It's kind of a badass
It's probably,
Prius.
I mean, it's yeah.
Rather than buying a Prius, I'd buy a Cayman. I get the same,
That's good lap time.
the same
That's 20 miles per
street cred, right?
Porsche definitely went through the works to make sure this got them incentives, kickbacks, fuel economy, emissions from disposal and such.
Right.
So that's what we're fighting. It's not that the car doesn't have potential. It's got loads of potential.
Yes.
It makes the car currently today all of a sudden decided the placebo pills kicked in and it said, hey, I don't have a problem.
I like you.
And then I spent the last hour looking over all the data trying to find that one little thing.
Yep.
Nothing. I ran out of data to look through. So that's why I'm here.
Yep.
And it's fine. And it makes power. Makes a lot of power.
Yep. I
It
shared
makes
that
more power
earlier.
than a 991.1 GT3 does.
Yeah. The thing's awesome.
And it's happy, it's consistent, it's good, but
Yeah, exactly, Sean. I did get 26 miles per gallon driving down to Dundon, so somewhat Prius-like.
hopefully I have fixed that. Hopefully I have upgraded that to 22 miles per gallon.
Yeah, it's nothing like my V12 Aston though. That thing gets about 18 on a good day, downhill with the push. So
Someone once said, who was it? I think it was John Goodman said it.
yeah,
He's like, gas mileage. What was it? Gas mileage is happiness.
yeah, inverse gas mileage.
Yeah. The more gallons per mile, the bigger the smile.
Exactly. The more gallons per mile, the bigger the smile. I like that.
That's
I
what
like
he
that. Larry, I don't hate Caymans. They hate me. The only car I ever spun was a Cayman. Literally, the only one ever. That was partially because I had Ted right seating the only time he did, and I picked the wrong pedal when something started to happen. He said hit the gas,
Gas, brake pedal.
Well, it was just no pedal, huh? And we were already backwards. So I was not. I drove a mid-engine car. I like mid-engine cars. I had a 458. Well, actually, I guess I didn't like it. I got rid of it. So.
I mean, I drove that more than you did.
Yeah, I know. And now nobody drives it because it's still getting worked on. Because my cousin crashed it. Which strangely, I don't know what this is about. I got an updated registration and a new sticker for it issued in July and only good through August. But they sent it to me. But I already put the things in to say I don't own that car anymore, and it doesn't show up on any of my lists with the state. So I'm like,
so he didn't register it yet.
I don't think so. So I wrote to him. He's in the south of France. I'm like, Doug, what the hell is this? What?
I am well known for not re-registering my car, so I totally understand it.
Huh.
I have three
hello?
currently that are not up to date. So
Actually, I didn't spin the Cup. Paul spun the Cup.
Paul spun the Cup.
I have not spun the Cup.
Ted spun the Cup.
Ted spun the Cup. Ted went 90 degrees. He didn't actually fully spin the Cup. Paul went backwards.
Yes. Yeah.
So I like making lap times harder than they should be.
That should be a shirt.
And so anyway, where I got to with the gentleman that called was find the right car. Don't worry too much about, is it going to explode? Am I going to have a problem? And blah, blah, blah. I was like, certainly if we could get finger follower inspections as a part of PPIs, I think that would be a beautiful thing for some of these cars. I think you'd be able to, like separate the wheat from the chaff pretty quick, or people selling them would do that to say, hey, here's my finger follower inspection.
I am and every one of you out there, you can criticize me or whatever. I am the one person in the world, confidently, I will say that, who is not worried about this whole IMS bearing in 996 engines. LN Engineering turned it into we're going to scare everyone, fear tactic. If you don't do this, your car's going to blow up. You're going to go broke. Finger follower, same thing.
Yeah.
I would buy a 991.1 GT3 for daily, leave it stock, do a few other bits, some exhaust, straight pipe, crack pipe, who knows?
Yep.
Maybe not, but great. I wouldn't worry about it. If you had a problem, fix it. You want to do preventative maintenance, yes, let's go into it. Fix it, preventative. Engine grenades, that is easily fixable. Yes, it requires a few dollars.
Yep.
However, those of you that like horsepower, that is the best, that's the cheapest horsepower upgrade you have.
100%.
For that engine.
Yep.
Now we know that, I know that, you know
Yeah.
that.
Yep. We have that.
The IMS bearing thing, same thing. Now I fixed a lot of those. I've torn hundreds of those motors apart. I know the way, they're easy to deal with, whatever. It's a roller bearing. The problem they said it was, it's not the problem, whatever. Same thing with Porsche with this.
Yep.
It's repairable. Finding the car that you are like, that's the exterior I want, that's the interior I want.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
That's
Ted just went through this.
Yep.
And found was like, I've never seen that combo. Okay, we need to get that car.
And
Cool.
luckily, his magnanimous boss was willing to hit buy now on bring a trailer, and we're still working out the particulars of that transaction. But he's like, "Oh shit, that's the color," and it was a tip, so it was a Tiptronic, but it was a low miles, super high spec car in a color none of us had seen before. Beautiful.
Yeah, they're all that color with tan interior.
Right. So it's black interior, which he wanted. It's like checked 95% of the boxes, except it has a Tiptronic transmission, which we can fix.
Yeah.
And he's already found the 997.2 DFI trans for like 7 or 8 grand, like Charles told him. He's like, buy that transmission, it bolts right into the car.
That's
done.
the stuff you can fix.
Right.
Finding the
Painting a car is hard.
yeah.
Painting a car is hard.
You don't want to paint a car.
No.
Paint-
And it's never the same. It's never the
So
same.
all that finger follower stuff is, even if it was a 911R and you're worried about resale, you're going to leave the car stock, you still can take the engine out, pull it apart, inspect it, and then pull it out of the car.
Yes.
Worst case scenario, worst case, and we're talking these things are what, $500,000, $1 million cars?
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, we're talking $5,000 in parts,
Yeah.
which is nothing.
Right.
People spend how much money on
Wheels
magnesium
and
PBS wheels?
yeah, exactly. It's funny. I was giving him a hard time because he's like, yeah, so I bought the BMW, and I was like, and how much did you pay for wheels for it? And he's like, $20,000. I'm like, okay. And so you looked at my website and you freaked out at what exactly? Because you bought $20,000 wheels for your $50,000 car. Now you're going to buy a $150,000 car and freak out about buying a $20,000 exhaust? Come on, give me a break. We got solutions all the way in between. Doesn't have to be that one. That's the Mac Daddy one. A lot of people end up there eventually. You can buy once, cry once, or you can work your way there and spend lots of money on the way. Your choice. But like Charles said, 991.1 GT3s are the performance bargain if you can find the guy that is actually being reasonable about what they have. The guys that are still living in La La Land thinking they can sell this, I have a G engine and I'm gonna it's
G stands for grenade.
correct.
Wait, what? Oh.
They all will, they're all the same. They are all the same. Porsche recognized that fact when they reduced the RPM limit of the 991.1 GT3 RS with the G engine. They knew.
This would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I should do all the math for that. Between the 991.1 going 9,000 and the 991.1 RS doing 8,400.
What those last 600 RPMs really mean?
And not just free revving,
Yeah.
because it's 8,800 to first, second gear. It's 8,400 third, fourth,
Third, fourth, fifth. Yeah, 6.
So not only is it rate of acceleration difference, it's rate of acceleration over time, because as you go to a higher gear, you spend more time in that power band.
That's why
There is a
picked
difference
first and second.
between
Right.
revving it to 9,000 in fifth gear versus revving it to 8,400 in fifth gear. You wind up with 3 to 4 seconds difference that you're not above 8,400,
Right.
where you're in the next gear at 7,500.
Right. Right.
Now wear differentials 180%,
Right.
somewhere in there.
Yeah. So Rob, what's funny is I got
Hashtag math bro.
991.1 GT3, 55,000 miles on it, 105,000. That's what I paid for that car. 110,000. Sorry, I sold my blue one for 105. Paid 110 for that one. Now, there were some secrets lurking underneath the car when we got it here, even though we had a PPI done. It has a hole in the bottom of it where obviously had an off-track excursion and a rock went through some part of the bottom of the car.
Played Pokemon.
Poke them on.
3 holes.
3 holes. The front bumper doesn't sit quite right.
The trunk got a bowling ball. There's a hole under the driver's seat.
Yeah.
About the size, literally
About the size
your
of a
finger can
finger.
go through it and touch the seat. And then there's another spot where the under panel is.
California car, never driven on track, never driven in the rain, but you know.
It's never been driven, never seen the rain with 50,000 miles.
Yeah. That said,
Laguna Seca.
991.2 GT3 RS 4-liter swap. Car did flawless at Smokies. Just pulls super hard, has our full aero package on it, MCS, suspension arms. Car's fast as fuck. And for everything we have into the car, if we were to have done that at retail, everything we have into the car, we're probably pushing 180, 200 grand, including the car, somewhere in there, including the engine, the aero package, the MCS,
almost
all
as
of it.
fast as a 992 RS.
Yeah.
But half the price.
Correct. But now you're in it for 200, not 400.
And it's disposable.
Correct.
By most people versus
Irreplaceable.
irreplaceable.
Right. So Larry has a good question. Does the .2 motor put you back at 9K across gears? In the only car that has that restriction is the 991.1 GT3 RS. I believe the tune would enable you to change those RPM limits.
Yeah, I've changed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works.
So you can re-edit it if you wanted to once you've got an engine in there that you wanted to do that. And similarly,
I actually have our white car.
Yeah.
Not that you or Ted would know this.
yeah, probably pulled down
I
a little
actually
bit,
have the
right?
shift points in auto mode at 8750,
Oh, nice.
but I'm the only person who uses bitch mode in that car.
Yeah,
so-
I pull paddles. I don't auto mode anything. So alternatively,
real quick,
go ahead.
Sorry, pause,
Yep.
pause.
Yep.
For those of you who don't know, today's my wife's birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday, Kimberly. Kimmy. She's probably like, what? You've never said that name before.
Kimberly.
right?
Who's Kimberly?
Yeah, I don't know.
You just
Mistress at home. Anyways, she took day off, whichever.
Right on.
My birthday's Sunday. I actually found out a little bit ago. Wyatt's birthday is today too. So
wow, right on. Small world.
I was like,
small world.
Small world. So
You guys doing something? You going somewhere?
we'll go to Emerald Queen.
Okay.
Or, sorry, not Emerald Queen. Angel of the Winds Casino.
Yep.
Not Emerald Queen. Not Muckleshoot. Up in Arlington. That's
Yep.
just the joint. Whiskey Prime. We will go there as a group one day.
Yeah.
They have all the whiskey
Yum.
and all the steak.
Yum. I like whiskey and
And the
steak.
good stuff. So we'll go there one.
Arlington's a hike from here, though.
It's like an hour, whatever.
All right.
Exit 210.
If we go
If
on
any of you have been to Angel of the Winds, it's great. It's
non-traffic time.
All the food's awesome. All the drinks are awesome. The crew's awesome. It doesn't feel like a small casino. It's a big casino.
Yeah. Smoking, non-smoking.
Non-smoking only.
Yay!
Only. There is no
awesome.
smoking there,
Love that.
which is part of the reason we go.
Yeah.
It's just great. Like we live 5 minutes from Muckleshoot.
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
I could literally roll down the hill and go there. And yeah, I don't know, whatever.
Right, right.
But
I saw when Muckleshoot was a tent.
still is. they got the big high rise there, but I figured someday when everybody says, "Hey, we're sporting Dundon and we're making money,"
Yeah,
we can all just go there, stay the night, they have a nice hotel, whatever.
right on.
And I'll have fun there. But food's good. You and Ted would love the restaurant because they have all the whiskey that McClellan's has.
Nice.
They have theirs.
All right.
You can get your $400 Manhattan.
Jesus Christ. I don't know about that. I have a problem since I know how much bottles cost and, and then when you buy them at a restaurant, you're like, wait, the glass was that? I could have bought 3 bottles for this one drink. What the shit? So anyway, you're an alcoholic when?
Charles can fly if he can get there in an hour. I mean,
1 hour by helicopter, Larry's saying. I-5 North is closed for the weekend. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. So we have had to go the fun way, where you go from our house. So we live north of Lake Tapps.
Yep.
And that's not a north of Gig Harbor. I live in Port Orchard. That's just the north or Auburn, whatever.
Yeah. I live in North Gig Harbor, Polsbo.
We've had to go up through Redmond, no freeway, and then you go there, Duval. I don't know the other town, Monroe. Say hi to Ted.
Yep. Come
Highway
all
9.
the way up and around and come down.
No freeway all the way, and it's about 75 miles.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's not too bad. You could take 18 up to 90 to come the back way and come all the way around.
Recently. They're doing the interchange.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Fair enough. So there's a lot of construction. Most of the highway construction in the Northwest happens in the summertime when you use the highways a lot. So
hey, it's sunny out. Let's do construction.
Yeah, Larry, you're not wrong. Technically, I-5 is always closed.
Yeah,
it's always.
Colin, turn over. Yeah. I-5 North is closed for the weekend, or
all weekends.
Yes,
depending on which part of I-5 we're talking about.
Go I-5 and
right
there. Yeah. So,
well, happy birthday to Charles and to Kimmy. The Dundons are celebrating their birthday. I didn't realize your guys' birthdays were 2 days apart. It's pretty crazy. Because it's coming up not too long from now. You guys went to Hawaii for your birthday. Is that 5 years ago when Lahaina burned?
Well, that was 2 years ago.
Was it only 2 years ago?
That was August 23.
Oh, you're right.
I ran out of matches, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. We were there.
Yeah.
We're just gonna come over here, and then we moved. We went from Lahaina to where we're staying, and then they said, "Hey, the whole side of the freeway is burning. You might have to evacuate." No, that's Lahaina. No, that's there too.
Yeah, both areas were burning.
Maui's burning.
Maui was a mess.
Smoking a pancake?
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so what else did we miss? Yes, the 992.2 Cup Car is dropping. So for those of you who subscribe to just buy a Cup Car, 992.1 Cup
Almost
Cars.
wore that shirt today.
992.1 Cup Cars are probably going to start to come down because they're going to be 992.2 Cups are going to be Carrera Cup for next year. So all the Carrera Cup teams are going to be 992.2 Cup Cars. There you go with all its swirliness. I can't imagine it's substantially different than a 992.1, but I have no details, do not know.
They probably put the RS motor in it, meaning they just changed the cams out.
Yeah.
Well, they always say squiggly lines go faster.
Confuses the air, right? Thicker boundary layer?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. It gets scared. We also have e-fuels. For those of you who don't know, they actually... this is a partnership between Porsche and Shell and a company called HIF down in Chile, where they have lots of wind in Patagonia. So this is a wind-driven CO2 sequestering fuel plant where they pull CO2 from the air and they take those carbons and those oxygens and they link them together in long chains and make synthetic gasoline and synthetic methanol. And
so this isn't just like a windmill turbine in a can?
No, you don't open the can up and there's a little windmill in there, right? And it goes poof, makes your car go faster.
Justin did note earlier, a couple hours ago, looking at this. Thank you, Porsche, for covering up the one important part of that sticker.
Yeah, the MSDS number. Yeah.
Oops.
You're like right down there. That's the part we wanted to see. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's not hard to do what they're doing. The chemistry's been around for a long time. It's just very energy intensive. Unless the energy is very cheap, it is not something you can do cost effectively. It's like making hydrogen through electrolysis. You can do it, but it's expensive because you're burning a lot of electricity going through a really inefficient process to turn water into hydrogen. to turn hydrogen back into water through a fuel cell and make electricity, and you're losing
plutonium in a bottle.
pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much.
We're fine.
So it'll be interesting to see where 992.1 Cup Car values end up. They're already, I've seen some as low as 190, which would be really cool. And 991.2 cups are still hovering around 150. They seem to have kind of flatlined, and they're just kind of staying right there, which is cool. Let the 992s come down, sell the 991.2, swap-a-roo, get a 992.
Checks in the mail.
Yep.
At some point, that intake manifold will get done.
Oh, I know. You and I have only been talking about that for 5 years.
5 years, almost 6. Hey, we're going to do this quarter one. We're going to be done with this.
Yeah.
We'll move on.
Uh-huh.
Pre-COVID.
Yeah. But we keep finding things that we can make money on and
piece of candy.
put those in front, so things in front stay in front. It's fine.
I'm gonna spend half a year doing development to sell one intake.
Yeah, to me. Hopefully not just to me, but you'll for sure sell one to me. Yeah, you'll sell one to me. Interesting numbers from Goodwood. Any of you guys who were looking at that? The Goodwood Festival of Speed was this past weekend, and a 19-year-old Cup Car driver almost took it all.
With Keanu Reeves?
Nope, no Keanu Reeves. He didn't take anything from Keanu. But he was driving his 992 Carrera Cup Car. And what was it, Justin? Went 47 seconds?
I believe. You want to run it?
Yeah, we can run it. We can see. 47 seconds of Cup Car sounds.
It's not too loud.
So we need to make
my
coffee
ears.
mugs that are the shape of a cup car.
Ha! You can have a coffee Cup Car?
Yeah, cup car. Cup car mug.
Now, this is another one to really keep an eye on. James Wallace. He was very rapid here
I hear
last
nothing.
year as well. Off the line.
Do they hear something?
Not quite as quick.
Let me fix that. I think the audio.
The screen recording is what it looked like. I don't think you have audio with screen record.
No, I can hear it.
Oh, could you? All right.
I think you do on my phone.
That's why.
This is built.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
One more time. There we go.
James Wallace was very rapid here last year as well. Off the line, not quite as quick as some of the other machines that we have seen, but he is so impressive. He is racing in the Porsche Carrera Cup in the UK at the moment, and he is potentially a future champion in all sorts of levels. We'll see. He's only 19 years old at the moment. He's done well, and now fastest next sector.
It bounces its way through Malcolm, a huge talent, and a Porsche 911 GT3 Cup, hugely successful car. I thought he was getting a bit out of shape up to the front row, but he's 7/10 of a second up at the moment. He's going to jump, I'm expecting, I'm not going to jinx it, to the top of the times, which is occupied by the Shadow and Alex Summers at the moment across the line, Ben.
46.74, he does go fast, he's absolutely right.
46.74.
Every chance that this is going to be the fastest vehicle of the day.
Romain Dumas, yeah, no surprise.
On board with Romain Dumas.
And you blink and you miss it, and look at the launch is so close. We saw yesterday he didn't touch as much inside grass compared to Scott Speed, and it's the same again today, Ben.
Here we go, let's see how this goes. Keep an eye on him, if you could see him. He flashes past you so quickly wherever you're watching from. Now, can he keep it all clean? Can he get down to an even quicker time than he did yesterday? 43.49 was what he did yesterday, and we shall see, can he get another victory to add to his list? He loves this Goodwood hill climb. This is the opportunity for him to do it yet again, having won last year at 43.98. Across the line he goes. He is fastest, 43.23, the fastest of
Average of 157 miles an hour.
heading up the hill.
That's the
that are going to be very, very rapid. Now, Dirk Muller is heading up in the Mustang now, and Dirk Muller from Germany, a winner of the Nürburgring 24 Hours with BMW. Take all sorts of victories in
I'm
his
sorry.
career. This
I
Ford
appreciate what
Mustang,
Ford did
rapid,
and Multimatic
off
did
the
with the
line.
GT3,
Street
but
version of the GT3
it
car,
looks comical.
5.2 litre supercharged V8.
Yeah,
So you've got
I get
lots
why
of
the rear
horsepower
wing is
here,
there,
which is
but
going to help him.
also
It would be a top speed in a machine like this, which you won't get
that's
to
the
at
engineering,
line.
marketing, and
The
accounting
fastest
department
time
didn't
on
agree.
the 50 miles an hour, by the way.
It seriously looks like they're like, come on, arm wrestle me for it. Yeah, put the little wing on it. Fuck you. Now it's gonna look stupid, but it won't cost as much.
They're all putting money on the roulette board and something,
Right?
And they were like,
Oh, wah, wah, wah. Too bad, marketing. Car looks stupid. Yeah, Ealing, that's a very good question. Why the Ford electric truck fast, but GT3 800 horsepower is slow? You ask good questions, brother.
So if you take GTD, and if anyone watches or has watched Carlos Mencia, that's just their way of saying GTD. GTD.
So this is kind of interesting. So this is a GT3R. This should be faster than a Cup car, right? One would expect a GT3R to be faster than a Cup car.
Unless it's got our parts on it.
Fair. Then Cup car faster than GT3R. But these are the Iron Dames. They competed in Le Mans. Very competent, very good race car drivers. I think this 19-year-old dude might be on their team next year. I think James Wallace has he just needs to wear a wig and maybe a brassiere, and he can be an Iron Dame. She's not taking any risks.
See, that's crazy. GT3R, and it's still 6 seconds slower than the Prius.
Well, 6 seconds slower than the Cup car.
Than the electric thing.
Yeah, Wallace cleaned their clock. He wasn't even close, but he was taking all the risk. That was like a half an inch off that hay bale. I wouldn't be surprised if his mirror caught some hay.
His HOD.R was working. Hey.
So, super fun at Goodwood. That would be a super fun event to go to. We had a couple folks here local that have been. Daniel was there. We were chastising him, trying to get him to do shit for us while he was at Goodwood, and he was able to do that.
Colin, Turbo Brick, he's gone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
I'm pretty sure he goes every year. But, you know.
I'd rather go to Goodwood than to PRI, but PRI serves us, which we'll have to talk about that. I know Charlie's birthday.
She will have to say
is that time of year.
We'll see.
So,
I mean, if they go somewhere with all of her friends and I'm not required to be there, then sure.
Yeah. Normally, at some point, gaggles of tween girls don't want dad around. They want mom around as keep us out of trouble.
GRC member.
Oh, right on. Fantastic.
Yeah. Tour guide.
Yeah, seriously. So I don't have, did we have anything else? Justino? Big Red. Big Red's home. And we have 2 interns to do my bidding on Big Red, which is nice. So I've already kind of given a laundry list of things that need to get taken care of. We're going to make it shiny again.
I do that every day.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to do this.
I'm glad you're here. Here's 1,000 things for you that are never going to get done in a day, but we're going to talk about it. So I am going to put lifts in it. And I kind of
taxes.
I kind of want to use it.
Uh-oh.
Before we get rid of it.
We got to define this because I made a bet with Philip and I need to know if I'm winning this bet or not.
What's that? That it's going to stay?
Potentially. There's more to it.
I don't know yet. You guys can make a bet. That's fine. We're going to work on it. Here's my leanings. If we can make it so that we can use it and demonstrate its use, that it's easy to use, it's easier to sell.
So when I forgot his name.
It's also possible that
Bud, to Bud.
Yeah.
He said one of the other places that bought one of these, all they do is go to racetracks and sell, I'm going to paraphrase this and say crap out of it.
Yeah.
And t-shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
And it pays for the truck.
Not a surprise. Not a surprise at all. I mean, it's fucking rad. The truck is super rad. It's just it's a bit of a hazard because it's a giant 45-year-old semi-truck with lap belts, so it's not exactly super safe to be driving around where we're going.
You know, if they did the movie Cars, but instead of in like 2005, they did it in like 1985. Ooh, Back to the Future. There we go.
Yeah. A Back to the Future truck?
Yeah, we have that.
Right on. So we're gonna work on it. Eileen, great question. So we got I mentioned this a few weeks ago. Ryan from Zebulon has had a very busy summer. He was at Le Mans, then he was at Pikes Peak. He was ramping and doing testing for both Le Mans and Pikes Peak before going to Le Mans and Pikes Peak.
And then he was sleeping.
Trying to sleep on occasion. So I got an interesting text message from him 2 weeks ago, maybe?
2-3, yeah.
2-3, something like that. It's like, hey, can I take this and such part off of the 3RS? I'm like, are you asking me to take it off and send it to you? But no, can we delete it? Like we did on the 4RS. Can we do this? Can we do that?
Yeah.
Can we and I was like, yeah.
Why are you asking that question?
And I love the fact that you're asking me this question because that means that you're working on some shit. Yes, sir. So I would say it's not going to be as much time as it has been. It's always a loaded answer, but it is being worked on, and we have taken the gloves off. Charles already has an exhaust design so that we could put a massive fucking diffuser on the car if we wanted to. There's some pluses and minuses of that. Most of the places that you would want to use said massive diffuser would be a racetrack, and unfortunately there are fewer and fewer racetracks that you can just run
real racetrack.
Yeah, there are some, like our boys on the East Coast, VIR,
Not a pavement pond.
no problem. Road America, no problem. Road Atlanta, no problem. Sebring, no problem.
Monticello Code.
Monticello
for sure.
problem.
Yeah.
Thermal Club problem. But give him enough like boundary conditions and a problem to solve, and he'll figure out how to make it, get around it, and still be quiet. We have talked about that we could put a muffler up there. It just requires some bumper modifications. So
I've got a Sawzall. You're okay.
exactly. Because it's only a $450,000 car. It goes up every time we talk about it, right?
It does.
400, 450, 500. That's how Porsche math works. You buy it and it just goes up. Yeah.
Boxster, 97 Boxster guys are still saying that.
God, that 987 that was a .1, wasn't it?
Actually, what's the craziest?
The orange one?
Shipbox has gone up. There was one.
Actually,
there was one on Copart that was more miles than that in worse shape, and it sold for almost $10,000.
Woohoo! It's gone up almost 50% from what we bought it for. That's great.
Winning.
300%.
Yeah, right? I'm glad you like how the 4RS canards ended up working, brother. I'm glad that you guys actually, we were looking at your pictures earlier today, that you were, that you bolted them. The only reason that we didn't bolt the 4RS canards with a splitter to the car was we were worried about people having to take the bumper off to put the canards on. And
if they delaminated and you had to re-adhere them to the bumper, you have to pull the bumper.
And the phone call that we would get associated with that. So, yeah, you guys did it right. You figured out how to do it right. I know Saga, we. So yeah. Anybody got any quick questions for us before we get out of here? Let him go home to. Oh yes, Matt Barron was the winner for last week. Winner. No, he won again.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like Matt Barron won twice. So he won last week. Last time, and it looks like he won again. Congratulations, Matt. You're going to get some more swag.
Pretty shirty.
Auto dermatology, right on. Gonzo detailing.
It's the IG winners.
IG winner, fantastic. So our winners need to contact us IG winners, send us a DM. We'll get you your code. YouTube winners, there's a little bit of rigmarole with that because we don't necessarily know who you are. Matt, we do know who you are at this point, so just reach out again. We'll get you another code, get you some more swag. For those of you who would like to participate in our swag giveaway, when you think of a code word, what's code word this week?
Gonzo detailing.
That's not a code word. That's his Instagram. What is it?
Dead battery.
Dead battery. I like it. Pound dead battery. Yes. We'll do dead battery as the code word for this week's swag giveaway on YouTube. Tell your friends. Have them watch. You have to put the comment in once it is posted, not in the chat. So as a comment once it is posted on YouTube. We will post the Instagram goodies on Monday on IG. Why that GTD so slow? Why does Jamie hate Caymans? I don't.
Which is funny because someday we will build this Cayman
Yes,
to prove that we don't hate Caymans.
100%.
And then people will be like, well, why do you hate the 911s?
Exactly. Why didn't you do that to
We just
911?
like making the slow cars really fast.
Correct.
Although,
And
the fast car is really
someday
fast.
the fast car is a slow car.
shots fired because it still was seconds faster than the RS, the 992 RS,
What was?
the GTD.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Even though it's kind of silly, it was faster than the GT3 RS that went up Goodwood. So
Tell them to take the blower belt off. And pull 2 spark plugs.
yeah, fair enough. Make it naturally aspirated in 6 cylinders and see what it does.
No, they can keep all 8 spark plugs. It's fine. They can throw an LS3 in it and it still goes slower.
Everybody wish Charles and Kimmy happy birthday. Happy birthday, brother. How many years?
I don't know.
How many does it feel? That's a loaded question. I'm
That's
kidding.
a loaded question. 65 and 28. I don't know. What are we? 42, which I get both 52 and 22.
Yeah. Some days 22, some days 52. It's funny.
If I shave, I'll get carded this weekend.
My wife and I chat about it all the time. It's like, when the fuck did we turn 52 years old? I don't feel 52. I am 52. I've been on the earth for 52 years, but I don't feel that old, right? It's the same shit.
I bet if I went, there were a couple kids in high school. Well, I shouldn't say high school, that I went through school with kindergarten all the way up.
Yep.
If I saw them today, they probably look 65 because when they were 13, they looked 40.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
they had the full
There's
beard
kids
and
like that, right?
everything,
Yeah. That was me. I was 15 full beard. So
Ooh, really?
yeah. I had facial hair early.
Jeez, I still don't grow hair here.
You have hair there. What are you talking about?
In the middle?
Oh yeah, you're right. It's just you just float. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to fucking shave myself this morning. I was turning Saskatchewan. So, all right, y'all. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the sunshine. Hopefully, those of you who are in Texas are safe. Don't float away. Those of you in the Southeast, don't float away. I mean, fucking A. It's like the whole half of America is trying to float away right now. So, keep burning fossil fuels. Woo! America.
We're trying, but 100 octane isn't enough.
Yeah, seriously. All right, y'all. We'll see you next week. Hopefully we have 996 GT3 to talk about.